You ready? Karen is a travel blogger and a treasure hunter. She's on a plane heading to a new adventure. On the way, she reads a post about one amazing trip. During the first week, the traveler went east. During the second week, he went in all directions. And he flew up into the sky during the third week. In the fourth week, he came back down. Who's the traveler? An iceberg. It traveled east as an iceberg, moved freely as water when it melted, flew up to the sky when it evaporated, and finally fell back down as rain. Karen looks around and spots three weird things about this plane cabin. Can you see them too? This passenger has a common belt instead of a safety seat belt. Candies are not allowed on the plane, and this seems like this lady has 3 legs. Karen gets an unexpected gift from one of the passengers. It has seas without water, coasts without land, towns without people, and mountains without land. What is it? It's a map. Karen lands and arrives at a fancy resort. In the lobby, 3 porters offer to carry her luggage. Can you help her choose the right guy? The second guy is a vampire. He doesn't have any shadow. The third guy is wearing someone else's badge, so he's probably a thief. Therefore, Karen should rely on the first guy. Karen drops her bags in the hotel room and goes to the roof to watch the night sky. Today, these 10 stars gathered in a unique position. 5 straight lines of 4 stars in each line. Can you figure out how they are aligned? They align as a 5-pointed star. The next morning, Karen goes hiking in the mountains. She comes across 2 paths. One leads to a village on the top of the mountain, and the second path leads to a cursed desert where she'll get lost forever. Tough choice. On the way, Karen meets twin sisters Sarah and Mara. They both know which path is safe, but here's a twist. Sarah always tells the truth, and Mara always lies. Karen doesn't know who is who, and she can only ask them one question. What should she ask? Karen should ask any twin, "What would your sister say?" Let's say the correct path is on the left. If Karen asks this question to Mara, she'll say, "My sister would say that the right side is correct." And if Karen asks Sarah the truth, "My sister would say that the right side is correct." This way Karen would know for sure that the correct path is on the left, or vice versa. Karen continues her journey and faces something very curious. People beg it to appear, but when it finally appears, they run away and hide from it. What is it? It's rain. Karen and 3 other travel bloggers, Amy, Dave, and Luke, find themselves in front of 4 different rope bridges. Each bridge looks very old and unreliable, but they lead to a huge treasure chest. Unfortunately, there's a twist underneath. There's a fierce fire under Amy's bridge. Huge ice cubes are scattered under Dave's bridge. Karen's bridge is hanging over wild rose bushes, and there's a family of crocodiles sleeping under Luke's bridge. Only one of the bloggers has a chance to cross the bridge and survive. Can you guess who? Crocs can wake up and attack Luke at any time. Karen's path isn't safe either. What if the bridge breaks and she falls into the rose thorns? And Amy shouldn't even try to cross the bridge because fire can be fatal. Dave is the only person who is safe to continue the journey. Although the ice obstacle can be challenging, it's relatively safer compared to the other ones. Dave crosses the bridge, enters a cave, and sees a huge treasure chest. But it's locked. Can you help him crack the 4-number combination? There are 4 ladybugs painted on the treasure chest. It's a hint. Each ladybug has a certain number of spots on its back. If we count the spots, we'll get the code 5734. Dave opens the treasure chest. Oh no! It's also protected with black magic, which sends Dave far away from the cage. Thankfully, he's still on the surface of the earth. Dave walks 1 mile south, 1 mile west, and 1 mile north, and he ends up exactly where he started. Where is he? The North Pole. If he's standing directly on the North Pole and he walks 1 mile south, then 1 mile west, and then 1 mile north, Dave will arrive back at the North Pole. Dave meets the local Yeti, Harry, and asks for help. Harry replies, "I can use my magic to send you back, but first, you gotta crack my riddle, so listen carefully. Inside me, the adventurous find quests and treasures of every kind. Trolls, goblins, orcs, and more await within my closed walls for all those who wish to visit me. Your hands are the key to secrets untold, and your mind will unlock the door. What am I?" Ready to hear the correct answer? Book. Dave returns back to the cave and grabs the treasure. He's about to leave, but suddenly an earthquake occurs. The exit is now blocked with stones. Dave wanders around and finds 4 tunnels leading outside. He only has 1 chance to escape. There's a hungry lion inside the first tunnel. The second passage is covered with toxic plants, whose emissions are fatal for any insect. Inside the third tunnel, there's a water-filled tank with piranhas. And the fourth tunnel is full of venomous scorpions. Which tunnel is more or less safe? Dave should choose the second tunnel. We said that plants are dangerous for all insects, but Dave is a human. Dave gets out of the cave and walks to the parking lot where he left his car. Dave approaches his car and faces an unpleasant surprise. Someone has poured a strawberry milkshake all over the vehicle. Dave finds 3 witnesses and questions them. Gas manager Bill says, "Sorry, sir, I didn't see anything. I was too busy with a client." A Jeep driver, Jeff, says, "I was washing my own car, so I didn't pay attention to the parking lot." The saleswoman at the local cafeteria, Amanda, says, "When I went to the restroom, your car was clean. But when I returned 5 minutes later, it was already stained. But nobody ordered strawberry milkshakes today. Who's lying?" Jeff's story is fake. Take a look at his Jeep. It doesn't look freshly washed. Dave hits the road. After a while, he decides to stay in a motel to take a nap. He puts the treasure chest under the bed and falls asleep. In a couple of hours, Dave wakes up and finds out that the treasure is missing. But the thief left a note. "If you can crack my phone number, call me." Can you help Dave see the number? It's 539768. The thief tells Dave to come pick up the treasure at the local warehouse. Dave follows the directions and arrives at the meeting point. The storage space is filled with identical cardboard boxes, but one of them is marked differently. According to the thief, the treasure is hidden there. Can you see it? This one has a different letter. Dave opens the box, but it's empty. Apparently, the thief was just distracting his attention. Dave runs outside the warehouse and sees 3 guys loading boxes into their cars. He finds one of them suspicious. Can you guess who and why? The third guy is wearing a diamond ring that's too small for his finger, so it must be stolen. Dave calls the police, but the thief manages to escape. He sends Dave a clue. Come find me here. What does the note point to? A city, an island, a famous mountain, or a forest? A city. If you unscramble the letters, it reads London. That's it for today. So hey, if you pacified your curiosity, then give the video a like and share it with your friends. Or if you want more, just click on these videos and stay on the bright side.